So I don't want to play that game. I want to play the winner of a game. I want to play in that second game so they'll be a little bit tired. So this is a big, big game right here.
A&M Corpus on the road here in the black uniforms. HBU in the home whites. Kick back and relax. We're so glad that you're with us here for some Southland Saturday Night Hoops. Islanders come in with an 18-10 record overall, 5-6 in the Southland Conference. Inside, Isaac Mushila, one of the premier post players in the league, goes right at Zaki Ayemi, and the basketball goes out of bounds off of HBU.
Ayemi did a great job of not fouling it. He put his hands up, made him shoot over, knocked the ball out of bounds. That's good defense.
Another look for AMCC. Huskies come in at 9-15, 5-6 in the Southland Conference, and a great stop of the defensive end early on as they held A&M Corpus to a shot clock violation.
One of the great defensive sequence right there for HBU, but you're going to watch it. Now, Corpus is going to come out and play tough man all over the court. They're going to make you earn every play.
Huskies 6-4 at home. A win tonight would clinch an above 500 record here in their home floor this year. Led by Ron Cottrell in his 31st season, 506 Division I and NAIA wins in total.
Yes, we got a foul down on the baseline, holding our big guy. Big Zach got held on that play.
It'll be HBU basketball under the basket. See there off to your left, the head man for A&M Corpus Christi, Steve Lutz, in his first season, 18-10 overall, one of the best first-year coaches in the country. Came over from Matt Painter's staff at Purdue after 4 years as an assistant for the Boilermakers. Darius Lee, the two-time Southland Conference Player of the Week, in trouble with 5 to shoot. Bryson Long open on the tray. No, a little strong. And no score on the scoreboard about a minute into this game.
Long probably had too long to think about it. Wide open. He should have gone ahead and shot it really quick like.
Here's Simeon Fryer. Extra pass. No points on the scoreboard thus far. A&M Corpus started the year 13-4. 3 of those losses came in non-conference play, and they played Minnesota and Notre Dame very well on the road in November and December. 5-6 in league play. Inside, Ayemi loses the handle.
You got to get back in transition defense because Corpus is going to get up and down the floor.
Laz Keys with the bounce pass goes just a little wayward. And again, HBU comes back with the basketball, no points on the scoreboard.
Yes, might be a case of both teams wanting to finish fourth and draw that bye because nerves right now. I think HBU's got to come down and run a little offense where Lee can get the basketball.
Conference tournament coming up on March 9th at the Merrill Center in Katy. Tristan Moore in rhythm. Moore making his 4th consecutive start. Murdoch's inside in the layup, good. Corpus on the board with the first bucket of the day for Isaac Mushila.
Great offense, getting up and down unselfish play. Winners play unselfishly.
Bryson Long right back with Christian Corsalt making his 3rd start in a row, 4th overall of the season. Coach Cottrell mentioned flipping him in for JC and Tristan Moore in the starting lineup, meant to spark a little offense. And this group looking to win his 2nd consecutive game. Late shot clock again, here's Bryson Long. Fading away, no, Ayemi tips it up and into the hands of Laz Keys. Keys in, no on the layup, rebound Moore.
Great defensive getting back. Looked like the Corpus was going to have a wide open layup. HBU did not give up on the play.
Here's Darius Lee, 3 assists per game from the small forward spot. That's top 10 in the Southland Conference. Extra pass to Long, never afraid to shoot, and he draws 3 foul shots upcoming.
You cannot, Garrett, one of the golden rules of winning, you do not foul jump shooters. I don't care where they're at. You don't have to contest him that much.
And how about?
You just run by him, make him make a tough shot. Long is an 80% shooter from the free throw line.
And 40% from outside. That was my original point. How about fouling that shooter?
But my point is, you just run at him. You don't come close. It's like blocking an extra point in football. You run down and get close, but you don't rough the kicker.
Long with 9 points his last time out off just 1 of 6 shooting. Prior to that, had really been feeling himself, 18 points per game and 5 assists per contest. They go with 11 threes in a 2-game stretch.
before in between the games today, the women's game, I saw him. I said, Long, you never seen a shot you didn't think you could make. He said, I'm taking every shot I get because I think they're all going in. This cat's got confidence now, Garrett.
Speaking of confidence, you mentioned the first game of our doubleheader this afternoon. How about the HBU women getting the win to take sole possession of first place in the Southland Conference?
After trailing by 18 to start the third quarter. What a comeback, what a game.
What a win. Those two very well could see each other in the Southland Conference Women's Tournament. These two could possibly see themselves head-to-head in that tournament as well. Inside, Terry and Murdix. Offensive rebound moves Sheila back up and in.
But Sheila is a good athlete.
Yes, he is.
Can just move. You got to block him out. Somebody's got to find him.
9.9 rebounds a game. That's first in the league. Christian Corsalt looking to regain the lead for HBU.
Corsalt thought he got fouled. I did too, but we're not refereeing.
Murdix lost the handle. Body contact first. Our official crew tonight, Jeffrey Johnson, Adrian Judy, and Ryan Huber.
Out of bounds to HBU. This is a great pace. This has been a lucky day for me. I got to do an up and down scoring women's game. Now I'm coming back with two of the high-powered offenses in this league.
We're lucky to have you, Coach.
I'm just lucky to be here. Of course, I like this addition, this change at the lineup. I think C's good, but of course it is a little bit bigger and can just handle the ball and do a lot of good things.
Speaking of handling the ball, Darius Lee can do that. That possession not indicative of that. Jalen Jackson on the other end can't get it to go. Back out with Miles Smith just into the game.
Smith was a preseason first-team All-Southland Conference player, but he's got to play. He's got the opportunity. This is why I like Corsett at the point. See that rebound right there? He's got good athletic ability. He's 6'2". Offensive foul. They're gonna call it every time.
Second half against Incarnate Word, they outscored the Cardinals 32-13 down the stretch.
At 59-58. HBU's down a point, and they play as good a basketball as they could play from that point in. They did a little half-court trap. I like that because, see, now you got 20 seconds on the shot clock instead of about 28. That just makes a difference in how long you got to play defense.
Corpus coming off of a win over McNeese over Lake Charles on Thursday night, in which they pulled away in the second half. Bunched up in the corner, the Islanders scrambling. Here's Tennyson, now Jackson. Strokes the mid-range jumper. Big shot, Jalen Jackson.
When you can make a shot, Jackson, with the shot clock about to expire, what a great play.
A&M Corpus leading by 3. Hoffman, no hesitation. Offensive rebound, Zion Tordoff.
Tordoff did a tremendous job of just, hey, that ball is mine.
Darius Lee lets it fly. 33% outside shooter, still trying to add that to his game. Out and running, Miles Smith has it in his. Long-time A&M Corpus Islander, 28% from outside, but the fourth-year player knocks down the outside shot.
What a player that you can bring in.
Corsalt bunched up.
When you got Smith can come in and knock down a shot at the end of a shot clock violation right before it, and then you make a wide open shot there. That's a heck of a player to bring into the game. Graduate assistant, he's been there 5 years. He ought to have 2 degrees by now. But he might have been the kind of student I was. I was lucky to get 1 degree.
Darius Lee ready to throw it in. This is the second time these two have seen each other this season. Back on January 22nd, HBU got, at the time, what was an upset win over A&M Corpus. Inside offensive foul, Christian Corsalt, the guilty party.
I'd like to, that's a tough call. I'd like to know, was he out of the circle, the defender? Yes, he's out. I thought that might have been a block. You move in a little bit. People want to see offense. I'm a little for the fan appeal.
That's a second foul on HBU.
I said it in the women's game. I'm not critical because this is the toughest call out there. He's got to make that decision in a split second. I got a long time on this monitor.
Miles Smith in for Fryer. Zion Tordoff eats up another board. The graduate transfer from Marist getting some early minutes for HBU down low. Huskies averaging 73.5 points per game. Lee, a big part of that, but a slow start for he and the Huskies.
Yeah, the Huskies need Lee scored.
Still looking for their first field goal of the night. Tennyson isn't. He knocks down the runner. The first-year Islander at 12.7 points per game gets his first floater to go.
Tennyson, I like the way he moves, how he handles the ball, but right now the Islanders' defense is just pretty good.
Huskies 0 for their first 5 from the field. Corsall. No, 0 for 6 to start.
Right now, Corpus Christi is making HBU take some tough shots.
Smith, Tennyson. Offensive rebound, Fryer. List. Coach K got the better part of Boeheim this afternoon. Lee flips it into Zion Tordoff. Already a 10-point lead for A&M Corpus Christi on the road.
So this is why Lee's so valuable. He's 6'6", he can beat a press, but Lee's got to get down and get closer to the basket. I think he's got to get down around the basket area.
Sam Hoffman from Brussels, Belgium. Interesting that HBU goes with the same lineup out of the timeout.
Yes, and right now, Corpus Christi's doing a nice job.
Corsall, late shot clock, no. Another miss, the Huskies 0 for their first 7 from the field.
Yeah, but they got to get it inside quicker in the shot clock.
Mushila back in.
See, Corpus Christi, a lot of athletes, when they get up and down, they don't have enough patience on offense. They have tremendous patience on offense.
Murdoch's inside. One of the top scoring teams in the Southland Conference at 77.2 points per game.
Long said that's going to be my rebound. I like a guard that can rebound.
Hoffman, that ball spun on the floor. It just died on the court, and Corpus picks it up in transition. Smith fouled by Long.
Smith has come in immediately and give them a little offensive enthusiasm, and I think that's a good sub for them.
And that will take us to our second stoppage of the day. It's been all A&M Corpus Christi so far, but again, plenty of time for the Huskies to try to get back into it in front of a great crowd here on a Saturday night. Back in Houston, it's a 10-point lead for A&M Corpus Christi. They've held HBU 0 of their first 9 shots. And offensively, Miles Smith has given them a boost with 2 huge threes.
Miles is saying to Coach, look, I was a preseason choice to make all-conference. You should be playing me. I'm going to prove to you you should be playing me. 13-point
lead. Lee gets his first shot to go.
See, that's where you go. Where did he make that shot? 4 feet from the basket, not 24 feet from the basket.
Darius Lee, 17 points per game. 21.3 points per game in conference play. That's second in the league.
And find Smith. I don't care who else beats you.
Right on cue, Smith and the foul. How about that?
He's got 8 points in a very limited playing time. This is what happens, though, when you bring in a kid that's a graduate student. That's all that experience. He's been here. He's been on the road. He knows what he's doing. He now is just playing lights out.
And how about he's also making a homecoming tonight, all region at Klein High School in 2017. How about that factor in front of your home crowd?
You're coming home and you're doing it in front of the home crowd? What else you want?
He has answered the call so far. JC into the game to run point for HBU.
I like the both point guards in the game right now. Get a little more athletic ability in.
Lee lets it go. 0 for 2 from deep for HBU's Belcow. Inside, Brinson can't get the shot to go. Offensive rebound, Mushila.
Mushila does a nice job. He's got good size. He's 6'5", but this is a great offensive rebounding team. They're in the tops in their league, in this league in offensive rebounds. Somebody has got to go in. Maybe it's big time. Maybe Proctor's in. Get Proctor in the game. I like him, athletic player. He'll just jump up and get the ball.
Isaac Mushila at the line. You were mentioning A&M Corpus's rebounding ability. They gobble up almost more boards than anybody else in the league at 38.5 rebounds a contest.
Yes, and just a great offensive rebounding basketball team. So they're always watching angles. Ball shot from the left is coming off on the right side. You got to know all of those things.
Isaac Mushila, 78% the line. Gets 1 of 2. 15-point lead for A&M Corpus early. Ron Cottrell calling for a set. Deshaun Proctor, the true freshman, into the game at the top of your screen. Tordoff lost the handle. Here comes Murdix, 4-on-2. Out of bounds is off of HBU.
Well, Corpus runs the ball. I wasn't quite ready for them getting up and down the floor so tough. I mean, they got great team speed. Watch this little out-of-bounds play. You got to watch screening the screener for an outside shot.
Tyrese Nicholson tosses it in. Corpus with 7 players above 6.5 points per game. Tennyson, the 3. They cannot miss early.
If Tennyson's going to make that shot, I don't know, buddy. That was way past the three-point line.
37% outside shooter. This group shoots 33% as a unit. Hoffman stolen away. Murdix. Flagged down from behind by Coruscant, but the shot still goes, and it's a 20-point lead for the Islanders.
I don't know that Corpus Christi can play much better than they're playing right now.
Coruscant got the tray. First outside shot of the night for HBU.
Yes, but right now you made a shot, but it's got to pick you up defensively. Somebody's got to make a stop.
Right now, A&M Corpus getting whatever it wants. One of the best offenses in the league. Brinson. Mushila stolen away.
Mushila, that's one of the few mistakes he made. See, he has to take advantage, carry it to the basket.
Off the window and in.
It don't make any difference. It went in. It don't make no difference how it went in. Got to get back on defense. Transition offense.
Back-to-back buckets for HBU. Tyrese Nicholson. No. Mushila going over the back on the body contact.
Tordoff is called for the foul. That's what I'm saying. Mushila's a good athlete. He's got good size. He's 6'5". You got to block him out. I like this lineup change. Bringing in Lee back. I like playing Lee and Proctor at the same time. Good athletes. They've got good athletes. HBU's got to match athletes for athletes.
Nicholson off the feed, gets the roll. Corpus Christi really getting every shooter's roll tonight.
Yes. Ran a great out-of-bounds play. Got an easy shot.
Coruscant again. He's a spark plug type of player. As HBU continues to look for the outside shot, trailing by 17 early.
Smith is back in the game. He's really ignited them.
8 early points for Miles Smith. Laz Keys gets the shot to go. Everybody is scoring right now for A&M Corpus.
They're as hot as I've seen a team in a long, long time. He just turned around and shot a little baby hook.
And HBU as a unit really has found its pace defensively recently. They give up around 74.5 a game. Lee's tough shot won't roll home. Last time out, HBU held the Incarnate Word team that put up 92 on Saturday to just 68 points. Sean Proctor on the block. Fading away, no, but he gets body contact.
See, that's what I think I think the HBU defense has not been bad. They have just been really good.
Deshaun Proctor, the true freshman, at the line for HBU. That one doesn't find the net. 53% foul line shooter, still looking to complete this part of his game.
That's what he's got to do. When you have that situation, your summer is shooting 100 free throws about 3 days a week. You can find somebody to throw them back. Find your girlfriend, if nothing else, he'll throw them back. Promise her you're going to take her out to eat.
I'd be willing to bet you Coach Cottrell would do it.
Somebody will, I promise you that.
Well, they love what Deshaun Proctor brings to the table, and he goes 1 for 2 there. San Antonio Brinson off a career-high 14 against McNeese. Stuffed inside, Proctor ends up with a board. That's why HBU loves its true freshman forward.
Proctor rebounds in a crowd. Everybody can rebound when there's nobody there.
Lee to the 10.
See, that's what Lee has to do. Lee's got to go to the rack. Quit hanging around outside.
Huskies have put together a string of buckets. Tennyson, no. Out of bounds off of Stephen Faramade just into the game, and it'll be HBU basketball. Terrion Murdoch's back into the game for A&M Corpus Christi. Just now tuning in, 4th place is on the line tonight. These two in a virtual tie for that position. HBU currently holds the tiebreaker with a head-to-head victory. But a bye is on the line for the top 4 teams in the Southland Conference Tournament at the Merrill Center in 2 weeks. Top 2 teams received the double bye. Both of those fell today in Nichols and New Orleans. Yemi inside, fouled on the way to the bucket.
And see, passing inside, I keep talking about it. Get the ball in the lane either with a pass inside the Yemi or with dribble penetration. See him post up. That's all the defender could do is foul it.
Foul number 5 on Corpus in this first frame. JC. Murdoch fishes it out of the pile. Huskies bring full court heat. Brinson catches up. Highlanders have led by as many as 20 points today. Miles Smith, a big part of that with a game-high 8 early. Shot clock down to 7 and a steal for C. Lee up ahead and 1.
See, that's what they've got to do. Lee doesn't need to handle the ball. C, of course, it needs to handle the ball. They need to let Lee run the floor, get it to him early. There's no double team. He's strong enough to score and not get fouled. That's great offense at that time.
Darius Lee, the senior out of Harlem, New York, really earned his first Southland Player of the Week honor, kind of put it on ice with a second consecutive great performance against A&M Corpus Christi back on January 22nd. Had 25 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals in that game.
But they've got to get him the ball earlier in the offense.
Lead back down to 13. Murdoch stripped from behind. Proctor goes after the rock. Bodies hit the floor. Jump ball will give it right back to HBU.
Great defense. You get the opportunity right now, but I've also said it's easy to play defense after you score.
One more look at it, Darius Lee.
Yes. Diving on the floor, getting after it. That's what happens, though. When you score, you always feel good and better about your game. You got 5:25 left. You're down 13. Try to get it down to about 9 or 10, 8 or 9 or 10. The women got it down right before halftime. I thought that was the difference in their big win.
Yeah, 18-point come from behind victory for first place in the league.
And then I said that, and then Corpus expanded the lead.
Lee in. Corsalt shook his man out of his shoes, and then a loose ball foul on Corpus Christi. That's number 7. So HBU will shoot in the 1-and-1.
I hate to jinx him, but my man Big Zach has been a heck of a free throw shooter. It's time to continue it.
69% on the year. He's really improved there this season.
He must have missed them all when I wasn't doing the games, because ever since I watched him, he ain't been hitting nothing but the bottom of the net.
He's been great at home recently. Had a nice run of 9 points and 2.5 rebounds a game over his last 2. Loose ball foul there on Deshaun Proctor.
Yes, and that's not a good foul, Proctor. You're a young player. You're trying to make something happen. Now you're going to let them walk the length of the floor and let a really good free throw shooter shoot 1 and 1.
Isaac Mushila to the line. 6'5", 208 out of the Congo. He's a great story. Started his career at Gillette College in Wyoming. Came to the United States from the Congo as a sophomore in high school. This is his third collegiate stop after a stint at Western Texas. And he's turned into one of the premier players in the league this season.
Corpus Christi leads the world in transfers. They got 10 this year. That's more than anybody else is very close to them. So that's why I don't like to foul. You cannot foul and let them, you've got it cut down to 12 now. All of a sudden they score without the clock running.
14-point game, just under 5 minutes left to play before the intermission. Corsall. Tied up. Basketball goes to Corpus Christi, and then a bit of a spat along the baseline. Murdoch and Corsall have to be separated. What do you see here, Coach?
A lot of players in there going after the ball, jump ball. I thought they should have called the jump ball a lot quicker. Then you stop all of that. Officials did a nice job. Teammates jumped in there, did a nice job of separating them for both teams. You don't need anybody getting thrown out of the game.
That's a great look by our crew as well. That's coming right into your living room.
Oh, yes. We got a production crew that's pretty doggone good.
Yes, we do. Tommy and everybody in the truck and on the cameras making things happen here on a Saturday night. A&M Corpus leading by 14. They've had as much as a 20-point cushion. Mushila with 11 to shoot. Fryer got it to go. And Corpus right now doubling up HBU on its home floor.
Fryer, they're playing about as good as you can play, but I'm still going to say HBU, you got to help. You got to just, don't try to get it all back at one time.
Huskies have won 5 out of 11 in conference play. Looking to string together a pair of consecutive wins on their home floor. Corsall doing the brunt of the point guarding duties here early, and he'll go the foul line after the contact.
Shooting 69, 70%. I thought that he did a nice job of drawing the foul, but if you look at it, for HBU to only have 17 points in the game, they usually are underrun because they've been a high-powered scoring team, even when they were in the Red River. I can remember coming up here in '97 when I came up here to coach the Comets. It wouldn't be nothing for them to put 100 up.
Cottrell reached the NAI tournament all 10 years from 1998 to 2007. HBU moved up to D1.
In the spring, it is 98.
Right, and you two have had a long-standing relationship.
Oh, yeah. I had my first practice right here when we started the Comets. That's when I first met Cynthia Cooper.
15 years as the athletic director, too, here at HBU for Coach Cottrell. San Antonio Brinson trying to extend a 15-point lead. Miles Smith, offensive rebound. Extra pass leads to Brinson on the tray.
This team, sometimes you're in an open gym, so that goal is out there by itself. This is, I think it's very friendly because it's like, I like the atmosphere, the background, what you're shooting out of.
Yeah, Coach Cottrell talks about it all the time. It's a great place to watch a college basketball game. Yemi gets the roll and brings this crowd of 1,000 to its feet.
It's a great place to come in here and shoot the lights out of it. Ask the team that's in the black right now.
San Antonio Brinson in with the left hand. Pretty move.
Brinson is coming. I'm telling you, this team is deep. This is not I'm amazed that they have not won any more games than they've won as good as they look tonight.
Well, he started 13-4 on the season and gave Minnesota out of the Big Ten and Notre Dame out of the ACC a run for their money in non-conference. Since then, it's been tougher sledding in the Southland at just 5-6. Jade C in for HBU. Tristan Moore, the true freshman, back into the game. Throws the basketball away. Murdoch's up ahead. No, stopped by Corsall, but a foul on HBU.
Murdoch, he has great quickness. He's up and down. He's everywhere. And now he's a 79% shooter. This is a great offensive rebounding team, and they shoot the ball in this game well. I don't know what they do in their other games.
44% from the field overall, 33% from deep coming in, and 74% at the line. So another great free throw shooting outfit in the Southland Conference. Sam Hoffman back in for size for HBU.
Yes, and I like Sam Hoffman. I like his energy. He's got to be able. Somebody has got to come up, step up right now, and give him some points beside Lee. He only has 6 at this time. And this happened in the women's game. I talked to Coach Donovan, and she said, our problem is we got 2 people that want to shoot. I think she went in and told them at halftime, if you don't shoot the ball, I'm going to take you out of the game.
20-point lead for A&M Corpus early. Matches their largest of the game. If you're Coach Cottrell, who talks all the time about winning periods in games, how do you win this one right before the break?
What you got to do now is you're just trying to cut it down. You're not trying to take all the points.
See inside. No offensive rebound, Ieyemi. Lee bottled up, throws it away, steal for Miles Smith. Tennyson travel.
Good call. He was trying to throw the lob for the dunk. He should have been thinking about shooting. All of us want to make the highlight reels. Just make a simple play. The simple play was to take a shot.
Yeah, Corpus has hit bumps in the road at points this season, turning the ball over, but overall one of the best teams at taking care of the rock in the Southland at 14.2 turnovers per game. Zion Tordon back in on the block. Bottled up and fouled.
Corpus does a nice job of taking the guard and doubling the post players for HBU, but then when they kick it out, they recover. The hardest thing to teach in defense, double down. Okay, watch the double down right here. You see it? Okay, he's in there slapping at the ball, but if Tordon had passed it out, Smith would have recovered and been able to guard C.
Zion Tordon, the graduate student, to the foul line. HBU really doing good things at the stripes so far tonight. 9 of 11 from the line. They went 21 of 25 in the win over Incarnate Word on Thursday. That was a season best performance.
Yeah, the free throw line is where they won the game. This is where they came back 59-58 and won it.
Tordon, the grad transfer from Marist, with the 10th free throw make tonight for the Huskies.
Changing the defense. Coach Ron's changed it now in a little trap.
Hoppin going after it. 90 seconds left to go in the first half. Tennyson. Out of bounds, it's off of A&M Corpus. Tyrese Nicholson back in for Tennyson, headed off the floor. If you're HBU, who do you turn to for offense in this final minute?
I've always thought you turn it to your leading scorer, your best player, Lee.
And he's a small forward, but they feel very comfortable with him facilitating the offense as well.
Yes, but he's got to find a way to get it to the rack.
Lee. Moore in trouble. 9 to shoot for Darius Lee. On the hop step, fouled on the gather.
See, I don't think there's but one way. Watch Lee right here. I think you got to get between him and the basket and make him beat you from outside. When he gets right there, Garrett, he's just too strong. He's a very effective and good free throw shooter. And see his rotation. All free throw shooters shoot the ball up, not straight out. And you watch him, he bends his knees, his rotation on the ball is excellent, but you can't foul him.
Number 7 in the Southland Conference, 80% at the line. He's just made it a 16-point game.
Little 1-2-2 trap with Hoffman out front. Let him use his size and quickness.
They nearly get the steal. Here's Murdix in the front court. Brinson. Mushila out to Nicholson, the tray. Nearly tipped into the basket. Darius Lee secures. Shot clock and game clock separated by about a second and a half.
HBU now can hold for one. I don't care what the score is, I want to hold for one. I don't want to give a hot team another opportunity to shoot the ball. Run it down to about 5, maybe 6. Darius Lee take it to the basket.
Isolation with 8. Basketball out toward the sideline with 5. C in the lane with 2, fouled. 4 seconds showing on the game clock, and Jade C will have foul shots.
You know he got fouled because both referees blew their whistle at the same time, put the fist up. Now he goes to the line for 2. He's a 61% shooter. And I thought he did a good job. That was all he could do with the shot. He couldn't pass the ball because if he did, I think it would have been a shot clock violation.
Poor guard had a Queens, like with the final action of this stanza. He gets
right now,
the shooter's roll.
21-9. You got to do a better job of that.
A chance before the buzzer. Brinson, no. To start what should be a great second half.
I think Long has to get hot. He's too good a shooter. He's too good a player. He's got great size.
Hope you're warm wherever you're watching. Glad you made us a part of your Saturday night entertainment. Zaki Yemi on the block, fouled by Laz Keys.
He's a load for the defender from Corpus Christi. You got to deny him the ball because if you don't, when you get it down there, he's going to score.
Lee to chuck it in. If you're just now joining us, Corpus led by 20 in that first frame. Long the tray. Offensive rebound, Lee, and the bucket.
Lee has great body balance, ladies and gentlemen, around the basket. He can go up in a crowd and has the presence to score.
Terrion Murdix swings on over. Miles Smith with 8 first half points for Corpus to start. And they're bottled up along the sideline. Smith starts the first half on the bench. And you look at the box score for Corpus as well.
Sometimes you start a player that's red hot in the first half who started on the bench. Some people like to come off of it. I think you save him if you're Corpus with a lead. If things go bad, run him in because he's instant offense.
Jalen Jackson to toss it in. This group puts up 77.5 points per game. HBU well behind its average of 73.5 pace. Moore on the steal. Lee on the break. Tough shot wouldn't go. Would have made it a 10-point game. Murdix denied by Iayemi. Fryer. Loose ball foul. Basketball coming back with HBU. Here's another look at that last play.
You look at it, a little hole, just not Long out of the way. Good call right there by the official.
Lee running point for HBU. 3.5 assists per game. That's 4th in the Southland Conference since league play started early January. Moore in rhythm. True freshman couldn't get the shot to go. And here comes Murdix with numbers. Jalen Jackson, the transfer from North Texas. Laz Keys facing up. Inside, foul by Iayemi.
As he gets older, Garrett, he'll realize when he first hears the whistle, he actually tries to shoot the ball instead of passing, he gets 2 free throws. That's what you see on the NBA level. They're the masters at doing that.
2 fouls apiece here in the early going. Floater alert for Corpus. 14-point game once more. Murdix credited with that last basket.
Murdix does a nice job of having great balance, getting in the lane, knocking down shots.
Christian Coruscant starting his 3rd straight game for HBU. Moore tries it again. Tough night for Tristan Moore thus far.
Yes. got great looks, just had a hard time making them.
Layup missed. Yemi the rebound. Corsolt and Moore in the lineup for HBU to try to spark offense early on. Coach Cottrell noted after the game against Nichols, hey, we've just had some trouble scoring early. Tie up there.
We got a foul.
No, foul indeed. Murdoch's call for his second. That's Corpus' third. And Miles Smith right back into the game.
Yeah. I hate to see Smith come back in the game. I'd rather him sit out because he can just shoot the ball so well.
Another whistle for Lee could get it thrown in. Another foul.
That's on Keys, and I think he's just committed 2 fouls right there away from the basket without play going in. I think you got to be able to guard it without doing all that fouling.
And that's big for HBU trying to get back into this game. Lee, no. Long the rebound. Moore sliding in on the bucket. Tristan Moore, the true freshman from Albuquerque, gets his first shot to go.
See, I like that, though. Moore had missed 2 3 balls, so he got to the rack. If you're not making them from outside, get it in the lane.
Long gets the jump ball. There's some momentum right now in the Huskies' favor.
Yeah, they just need a key shot. You need to find some way. I always like to be 10 with 10 minutes to go if I'm trying to get back in a game.
Tie-up will give it right back to A&M Corpus Christi. Islanders started this season 13-4. Really took the league by storm under first-year head coach Steve Lutz. Conference play has been tougher sledding, but these two are about as evenly matched as you can find in the league table thus far. For Amade on the block. Tough shot, he gets it to go.
Amade does a nice job of just posting up and getting a good look at it.
Right back to a 14-point lead. Every time HBU's trying to get back into this game, it seems like Corpus has had the answer. Moore, Noah.
To go, I don't mind you taking a look at it that long.
Lee into Corsolt. Nearly lost it. Bryson Long setting up. HBU trying to bring that lead back within working distance. Corsolt and one. Opportunity for a 4-point play.
And ladies and gentlemen, you might not can see it on your TV, but he shot the ball from the volleyball line. Let me tell you, I'm looking at it right now. Watch it. That's as far out as you can shoot the ball. You don't get many 4-point plays in this game. Here could be one of them right now.
Corsolt can't complete the 4-pointer.
Went in, came out.
Californian is Corsolt, definitely inspired by Stephen Curry in his range on that last play. Jackson. No. Loose ball, HBU possession. How about Christian Corsolt there, the spark plug off the bench for HBU. 19 points per game last week.
Now we're talking about you can cut it down. I said do it at the 10-minute mark. You have a shot to do it at about the 15-minute mark.
Lee into Tristan Moore.
See the freshman run to the ball. That's smart basketball. They had the other 2 people defend it. He went, created an opening.
Corsolt with 8. Into the lane, runner goes, and it's a 9-point game.
I've always said cutting it down to double digits. That's what it's about. It's 9 right now.
Just under 16 minutes left to go. Fryer, the answer. What a play by Simeon Fryer.
Fryer, when they cut it down, all of a sudden you go, what a shot.
Lee back to the block. Yemi with the left hand.
Yemi, great pass by Lee. Good basket. Back down to 10 now. Somebody better find Fry.
Brinson tied up. Crowd loudest it's been all evening long. Fryer, no. Mushila. Off the deck, he gets it to go.
Offensive rebounding. One of the great teams in the Southland Conference. You got to block him out.
7 points for Isaac Mushila. Relatively quiet night for him thus far. Under 15 minutes left to go. Bad pass, Corsol. Fryer on the break. The Euro and the lay-in.
Great defensive play that time. Did a nice job.
Right back to a 14-point lead for A&M Corpus Christi. Huskies cut it to 9 just a few moments ago.
You can't make a play, and then you got it now. You just and then Corpus has just been so good on offense. They've used many different people, and second chance points right now is hurting HBU. But still, you got 14 minutes to go. That's a lot of clock yet.
Bryson Long, 5 of 5 at the line tonight. Cuts a lead back down to a dozen. 4th place on the line in the Southland tonight. And if you're new to the league, all 4 of the top teams get a first-round bye in the Southland men's tournament. Nearly a throwaway there. Murdoch's resets. Miles Smith leading all Corpus scorers with 9 tonight. Lee with the steal. Darius Lee doing that better than anybody as of late. 24 steals in his last 7 games. Corsol hit a big 3 a few moments ago. Moore to get it back down to 9. Rough shooting night for the true freshman. Still getting a lot of playing time here in the second half. Smith. San Antonio Brinson off a career-high 14 against McNeese. Miles Smith the answer.
I was looking right at Miles Smith. When he released the ball, he turned left and run back down the court. He knew that ball was dead center. That's what a shooter does. But right now, HBU's got to come down and get some offense to where they can get somebody to knock down a shot.
Corsol. Oh, off the glass and in.
What a shot. Oh, you couldn't make that shot 1 out of 50 times.
I don't think you could make it like that if you tried in practice. Inside of foul, Mushila draws the contact on Lee.
Mushila's been a little bit quiet tonight. He only has 9 points, but he's had some great offensive rebounds and stick back ends, and then he's been a force inside.
No surprise there. Mushila leading the Southland Conference with 12.1 rebounds per game in conference play. Good foul shooter to boot. 78% at a line for a unit that shoots 74% as a whole. Sam Hoffman back in for size for HBU.
Sam Hoffman has to come in and give HBU a spark offensively.
Great game for him last time out. 13 points and 5 rebounds. Coach, you thought it was his best overall performance of the year.
Yeah, I thought he scored more over here in the preseason tournament at Katy, but I didn't think he had the complete game. It was the other night. He was everywhere. Offense, defense, rebounding, loose balls.
Another 14-point hole for HBU. Feels like it's been there all night long. Loose rebound. Lee. No. Still loose. Tore it off. Wow, that one was fought for.
Yeah, and what great effort in offensive rebounding by Tordoff and Lee to get it up and now to get fouled. And so this is what you got to play defense. This is the only thing about Corpus Christi in this game. They're already in the bonus with 12 minutes. HBU's in the bonus with 12 minutes to go. Every time you get fouled now, you're going to get 1 and 1 one more time, and then you're going to get 2.
Everybody was rebounding down low like the ball on the rim was a steak and they hadn't eaten in a week.
Yeah, yes.
Tordoff to the line, 63%.
He shoots a little bit of a flat ball for me, but I like how it goes in. That's all that matters.
Well, speaking of going in, how about what HBU has done at the line over the last 2 games?
Yes, unbelievable.
21 of 25 on Thursday night, 15 of 18 at the stripe this evening. shooter's touch indeed. Lead back down to 12.
Got to have a defensive stand here right now if you're HBU. You're trying to run it down, make them take a tough shot.
Smith. Rebound out to Hoffman. Huskies can cut it back down to a single-digit deficit. Corpus Christi is led by as many as 20 points tonight. They came out firing with 5 first-half threes. Lee tipped away.
And Lee some help right now. Somebody's got to be able to knock down a shot consistently. They're getting a lot of good looks. They're just not going in.
Jalen Jackson in for Corpus Christi. Isaac Mushila won the Southland Conference Player of the Week in November. 10 to shoot. Tennyson launches. Rebound out to Hoffman.
See, that's what you need. Good defense, rebound the ball, not a second shot, come down.
Sam on the way in. Got it off the window and in.
See, that's somebody else scoring. That's Hoffman. He's got to be a scorer right here in the last 11 minutes of the game.
10-point game once more. A&M Corpus led 20-5 at one point. Inside. Tough shot wouldn't go for Nicholson. Free throws coming.
Yes, and I think it's a good job of taking it to the basket. Nicholson did a nice job of getting there, 77% shooter. But we said it every time HBU's cut it down, they just struggled to make the play then on the other end.
Nicholson, a Corpus Christi native. Bit of the opposite of what we've seen tonight for HBU at the foul line. The Huskies have been getting every roll. They're a tough break from the basket.
Now you got to block out. It's time. You got the 2 inside spots. You got to be able to step up and block out the shooter.
Lead back to 11. Darius Lee out of Harlem, New York. Second year here for the Huskies. Career high 32 points against Northwestern State a couple Thursdays ago. Great vision to course. Saw that one wayward. Huskies reset. KC on the step back. Jackson out and running. Brinson. It's taken away by Lee.
What a defensive play.
Darius for 3. What do you think of that shot?
I thought that he felt it. It was in rhythm. It just almost, they needed that shot to get it, cut it back down.
You mentioned that that's the biggest difference in the game from years past and today.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting threes in transition.
And when I played or when I coached at Ole Miss, nobody would take that shot.
Nicholson wisely takes that one and extends the lead back to 13.
They've had a lot of players to come in and do pick-me-up shots. What I'm saying is HBU makes a little run. They come in and make tough shots.
JC in. Looking for Lee. Out of bounds off of HBU. Here's another look.
You'll see it right now. Really good defense. Anytime HBU penetrates to the basket, Garrett, Corpus is cutting it off. They're sagging inside and getting between them and the basket, making them either make a tough shot or a tough pass.
Overall, the story of the night is when HBU's threatened to get back into the game, Corpus has just had the answer both offensively and defensively.
Not much of a difference, but just a little bit of a difference.
Brinson. Here comes DeLazarus Keys. Corsalt went over the back on the foul. That's number 3 on Corsalt.
Of course, I didn't think he fouled. I thought he fouled all the way. I think you can't reach in and grab somebody. When you slap at the ball, they don't call that every time. I've never seen it when it wasn't called.
Nicholson on in for Keys. A&M Corpus Christi looking to get at 500 in league play. Into Fryer with the lay-in.
Nice feed. When you look at it, Nicholson has come in off of the bench, and he's made some great plays. He didn't have but 5 points, but he's passed the ball at the right time.
Corsalt. Boy, did they need that.
Yes, Corsalt made a great shot. That's just the 3 that you got to make some of those.
16 points for Christian Corsalt. Long tips it away. Corpus Christi controls. Nicholson. No. Long pulls it away. Huskies have numbers. Corsalt. Keys climbs the ladder for that board. 8 minutes and change left to go. KC and Jackson make contact.
That's a frustration foul. Of course, it has missed 2 wide open 3s. He's a little frustrated, so what does he do? He takes a foul on the other end.
That's number 4 on him and number 7 on HBU. So both teams in the bonus from here on out. If the Huskies win the race to get to that double bonus mark first, do you think that helps them overall get back in this game?
I don't think there's any doubt, but since they've been to the 8, they have not. Corpus has not created a foul in the last 3 minutes of play.
Proctor back in for rebounding ability. HBU looking to cut it back to single digits. Corpus has led this thing for about 30 minutes. Huskies had a 22-second advantage in the first half. Proctor in and foul. San Antonio Brinson on the bump. Sean Proctor right back to the line. 1 of 2 in the first half.
That's how you get back to in the game. You score with the clock not running. But then, right now, at this particular time, you're going to have to get some stops. You got 8 minutes. You've given up 62 points. You got to come out last Thursday in their big win over UIW, 59-58. Great stops. They didn't give up many points in the last 7 or 8 minutes.
Lead back to 10. It was 14 at the half for the Islanders. They've done enough to maintain control. Bryson Long on the steal. Great lead at the passing lane and the lay-in. Huskies are closer than they've been.
Yes.
It's an 8-point hole.
And I like this. When you score a layup and off of a steal, I like a press after it.
Murdix hearing the chance of defense. Terrion in. Keys the follow. No. Long controls. Bryson in. Mid-range jumper.
You're down the number of points that you got minutes on the clock. That is not a hard lead to overcome. Like 7, whatever it is, or 6.
Bryson Long, 7 of 7 at the free throw line tonight. He's cut it back down to a 2-possession game. Islanders once led by as many as 20 points with 9:26 left in the first. Huskies have chipped away at the lead. 4th place on the line between these two. Miles Smith got hot early. Great find inside. Won't go for Mushila. Taken away by JC. Huskies into the front court. Long. Under 7 left to play.
Great paces. Long and C tried to make plays. It wasn't there. Brought it back out.
Long needs help. Proctor. No. Tough shot. Wouldn't drop.
That's a key shot right there. HBU needed that. It needed to fall. When you cut it to 4, you put a lot of pressure on the other team.
Jackson. Smith. Another turnover. Islanders have given away 3 consecutive trips. Hoffman. No on the tough shot, and Proctor down low couldn't restrain himself.
I think it might be Darius Lee time for Proctor. Lee's been able to do a lot of things over a period of time. Lee's coming back in. I don't know who for.
Zion Tordoff headed toward the HBU bench. Both teams in the bonus. HBU right now with the double bonus. And Miles Smith to the foul line. Having a signature performance in his return to Houston. 12 points tonight for the Klein High School grad.
You see, he don't even hit the rim. His free throw is so pure. It's nothing but the bottom of the net. As the game gets closer, that's the one kid you can't foul late in the game.
How about these two at the free throw line tonight? Corpus Christi now 11 of 14. HBU on the other end, 20 of 23. For the kids that are here with the Upward Youth League, this is an exhibition of how to shoot foul shots.
Yes, sir, Ray. That was a great halftime show by those kids.
8-point game. Hoffman gets the teardrop.
See, that's what he's got to do. Get down low. He's a man. Overpower. It's defensive time now. You got to get some stops.
2-possession game, 5.5 to go. Dribble drive. Nicholson waited on it. Shot wouldn't go, but a foul loosely. It's on HBU. And Bryson Long extremely frustrated there.
That's a tough foul right there. You guard them, you defend them, you come up, you got them stopped.
How about the patience from Nicholson, though, to evade 2 defenders there?
But Proctor has got to learn to control a little bit of his emotions. In other words, the kid missed the shot instead of trying. He held him. You see it on the replay. He's got to rebound the ball and not give up free throws.
Nicholson in the 1-and-1. Tyrese staying at home for his college ball, the Corpus Christi native. Actually transferred from Indian Hills. Play for Steve Lutz. Makes it an 8-point game. Christian Coruscant back in. He's that spark plug off the bench for HBU. Started 3 consecutive games.
I like late in the game, this is a good lineup. Guards basically in. You got Long, you got Corso, you got C, and you got Lee handling the ball.
Huskies looking for win number 10 on the season if they can stage a rally. Corpus Christi looking to get to 500 in league play. C the 3. 5-point game in Houston. Slowly but surely, they've chipped away.
A little bit smaller team in, but they've got to rebound the basketball. No second shots, no fouling.
Coruscant guarding the ball with 4 fouls. Corpus Christi could use a bucket. In the corner with 6 to shoot. Jackson with 5. Hangs. No. Tough bounce. HBU into the front court. Long. No. Offensive rebound. Hoffman.
What a play by Hoffman to go in and secure it over 2 dark jerseys.
Lee lost the handle. It's loose. On the floor. Corpus scoops it up. 4 minutes left to go in a 5-point game.
Again, they got 2 players with 4, 2 players with 3, but HBU's got a little foul trouble of their own. Of course, it was 4 and Long with 3.
Coruscant staying in the game in the 2-point guard lineup for HBU. Under 4 minutes left to play. Nicholson hangs and scores.
Nicholson, as he got off to the bench, he didn't even start the game, and he's made some. That's 7 points. That's a tough shot. You can't do anything about that defensively.
Ice cold for Tyrese Nicholson, averaging 2 points a game coming in. He has 9. Long. The answer. Bryson Long makes it a 4-point game.
You need a stop right now.
Jade C putting on the clamps into Mushila. Isaac lost the handle. Out to Jalen Jackson. Murdoch's in the corner. Nicholson again. No. Rebound. Loose and in the hands of Jade C. Huskies have chipped and chipped and chipped away at the lead tonight.
Down to 4. You got to get a great look. Running the same little play they ran before. Trying to get long with 3 ball.
Trailed at 14 at halftime. 4th place in the Southland Conference on the line. Into the block. Lee. Into the lane, and the scoop goes.
See, I like Lee turning down the 3 ball, going to the basket. The 3 ball is not his overall strength of his game. Got to rebound the ball off of this miss.
2-point game, 2.5 to go. Laz Keys. Here's Nicholson. Steve Lutz on the top of your screen can only watch. Keys. No. Rebound, Corsalt. The Huskies can tie or take the lead.
Yes, and I think, of course, it did a great job rebounding the ball. Don't race up and down the floor. Take your time. Run a set play out of this offense.
KC taking his time. Under 2 minutes left to go from the Bayou City. Hoffman for the lead. Oh, tough bounce.
Good shot. Hit the back of the rim.
Only seen 6 3-pointers go between these two teams since the first half. Corpus operating with a 2-point lead. 90 seconds and change left to go. Hoffman, whistle first.
You can't have a timeout with nobody having possession of the ball.
Right, Steve Lutz gets the whistle. The HBU bench is incensed.
Yeah.
Here's one more look.
Yeah, you look at it right now. He has stolen the basketball when he called timeout. I don't. That's a tough call right there because Hoffman was about ready to dunk the ball.
1 timeout remaining for Corpus Christi. 2 left for HBU. We'll step aside briefly. Be right back with you for the finish at HBU. All right, welcome back for the finish in Houston. A&M Corpus once led by 20 points. HBU has trimmed the lead down to 2. 4th place in the Southland Conference on the line. Inside, Murdoch's bumped by Proctor and a foul on HBU. Garrett Jones and Van Chancellor back here with you, wrapping this one up. 10 fouls apiece, so both sides in the double bonus.
Proctor's got to learn not to be quite so aggressive.
And a true freshman for HBU. Terrion Murdoch's going to the line. Once a bench player in this Corpus rotation. He's since found his way in the starting lineup. Has 4 points tonight and adds a very big 5th to make it a 3-point game.
Yes, you're just always trying to get up to a double possession game. And right now, if he makes this free throw, they are.
They led by more than a couple possessions in halftime. It was a 14-point cushion for Corpus Christi at the break. But ever since then, HBU has just stuck with it the entire way and trimmed the lead now down to 3. Murdoch's with 2 huge foul shots. 4-point hole for HBU. 1 minute 14 seconds left to work with. Bryson Long will throw in for HBU. 2 point guards on the floor. Jade C. Sam Hoffman. Into Sam. Tough layup and one. Sam Hoffman with a chance to make it a 1-point game.
What a great play. What a great pass by C. He hit Hoffman under the basket. The one thing you didn't want to do was foul. Hoffman's got the ball. Now you're going to give him an opportunity to score with the clock stopped. But I thought, great play by Hoffman. Great presence to be able to step up. Now you get a sub for Corpus Christi. Everybody on HBU's team has got to decide who's guarding whom now.
Hoffman at the line. 1-point game, 1 minute left to go. Offense-defense substitution for HBU that gets Zion Tordoff on the floor. It's been a day of upsets in the Southland Conference. Northwestern State takes down New Orleans. Nichols falls to Southeastern. Incarnate Word knocks off McNeese. The Huskies trying to pull off an upset for the ages. They were down by 20. Corpus still has the lead. 55 seconds and counting left to go.
Defense without fouling. Make them take a tough shot. And then rebound the ball if they miss it.
Corpus Christi is searching for answers on the offensive end, which is 27 second half points. Clock down to 6. Murdoch's in. Tough shot. No. Mushila can't get the board. Outlet pass stolen away. 30 seconds left to go. HBU has to foul.
Hoffman had the ball, got in a hurry. He didn't have to get in a hurry. All he had to do was just catch the ball and stop. And get it to C with the ball. Now you're going to get up 2 free throws.
Is there any sense, and that's not the worst result there? You put A&M Corpus on the line, a chance to possibly come away with at least a 3-point deficit at most?
Yeah, but it's not, so to speak, the end of the world. If he makes both of them, you can even go for a 2.
Murdoch strange the first. He's hit some huge foul shots in the second half. Husky pep band in the student section. The direction Murdoch is shooting these shots, loudest they've been all night long.
But right now you got to block out on the free throw. You got the 2 spots inside.
Terrion Murdoch out of Springfield, Illinois, 79% at the stripe this season. 2 huge shots to make it a 3-point game. Shot clock is dark. 28 seconds showing on the clock. Who's it going to be for HBU? Lee gets across into Hoffman. 20 seconds left to play. Down to Lee. Darius on the block. Lost his footing. Fouled. Lost his footing. Fouled and one.
Oh, no.
The basket will not count. The foul's on the floor. A wild shot goes for HBU's leading scorer, but it will not count.
We'll watch it right here. Here we go. He starts.
Gathers.
I think it's a good call. It's not the call I wanted to see, but it's a good call. He got fouled before he ever shot the ball. He shot the ball after. Now the free throws are so vital.
Lee misses the first. 80% free throw shooter. That's 7th in the Southland Conference. Tough time to miss his first of the night.
I think after this free throw, you got to put the press on, and you got to double team the ball. Go for a steal for about 3 seconds. If you don't get it, you got to take a foul. I don't know who to foul because everybody's made free throws tonight.
Lee, 1 for 2. It's a 2-point game, 16.9 left to go. They can run the baseline and do. Mushila foul.
Mushila's a 78% shooter, but hey, you might as well foul one as the other. You don't have time to just wait and foul everybody.
This is a group where, as you mentioned, Coach Chancellor, there's not really a great option to foul. There's 74% at the line this year.
But when you only got 16 seconds to go, you can't wait and let them throw the ball to the player you want to foul. You got to foul the first person you can and hope he's not going to make both free throws. You need it to be at a 3-point game.
Mushila, 78% at the line, gets a shooter's roll. Isaac, a great story, came over to America from the Congo as a sophomore in high school. This his 3rd college stop, and it's been his best, averaging nearly a double-double per game with a dozen of those on the season. Could put his team in a great spot here. No. Rebound. Lee. 3-point game. 13 seconds to go. Lee tightened up. 8 to shoot. Lee has to heave. It goes out of bounds off of HBU. And the referees are
for the steal.
Jackson to throw it in. Pressure. Smith. Foul by Lee. There's 5.6 seconds showing. And going back to that last shot from Lee, it's clearly not what you wanted if you're HB. What do you think Lee was thinking there?
Well, I thought the teammates should have run to him. They got away from him. He couldn't see them away, so he didn't have anything to do but shoot the ball. And right now, you got to like Smith. You see him, he kind of delayed and went to the ball because he's an older player, and he's a graduate player. He wants the ball.
An opportunity to stun his home crowd. Makes it a 4-point game back from Klein High School, where he was an all-region player in 2017, averaged 22 points per game there. And he can just about put this one on ice. 5-point game. Give Corpus a ton of credit. They definitely hit their foul shots down the stretch. Too much time for HBU. Hoffman can't get the shot to